Hello, in this video we're going to talk about cost of goods. So let's go to the cost of goods tab. There it is. Now the Program Planner, like all sales response systems, is here to help us optimize our long-term profitability. It's not here to maximize our sales. So to that end, it's important that we collect some information on the profit margin of each of your products. Now, the profit margin can vary quite a lot. New innovative products have a premium, so you can charge quite a bit for them. Older products with a lot more competition, perhaps generic products, are price sensitive. Consequently, you need to charge less if you want to maintain a position in the market. But very often the production costs of these different drugs, innovative ones and generic ones, is not necessarily that much different. So that means that inherently some drugs, some medicines, will have a profit margin much higher than others. And that is obviously important when it comes to optimizing your overall portfolio profitability. Now, this profit margin, often referred to as the cost of goods, or COGs for short, is a ratio. And it's the ratio of the cost of manufacture or supply of the product in question divided by the average price that you charge in your market. Now, this ratio is expressed usually as a percentage. Now, when you're calculating this cost of goods ratio, there are some costs that we want you to include, and they are all of your manufacturing or buy-in costs. We want you to include your distribution costs or any kind of supplier, wholesaler related costs. And finally, we want you to include any kind of import taxes or any other kind of taxes that you will have to pay to get this product on the market in your country. But it's also important that you do not include the cost of any kind of promotional activity in this cost of goods percentage calculation. The costs of all your promotional activities will be added in other parts of this template. Now, one final thing we would like you to consider is that this is where the price, or more importantly, the price fluctuation, is included in the sales response modeling. So it's important that if, when you were putting the sales forecast together, you were assuming that there would be any kind of price increase or price decrease, that those increases and decreases are factored in to your cost of goods calculation. You will remember that the average price charged to your market during the year is the denominator in our ratio calculation. Now, this cost of goods information is highly confidential, so it's very likely that you will need to go to your finance department to get it. In fact, it's so confidential that your finance department may not want to give it to you. In fact, they may prefer you to complete all the tabs in this template and then send it to them. They, the finance department, will put the cost of goods information in there, and when they've done that, they will forward it on to the project manager. In this way, they avoid this highly confidential information being distributed throughout the company. Now, the only thing that remains for this video is to put some data into the table. So let's do that. Now, 2018 for Paynex, the cost of goods we've calculated was 12.8%. So there it is, I'm entering it now. And for Antifectum in the same year, it was 19.3%. There we go. So, as you can see, same as all the tables in this template, just enter the data to the grid. You'll have noticed that although I entered some decimal places to these numbers, it's been rounded up here to the nearest whole number. Don't worry about that. When the data is transferred into the Promo Planner tool, all the decimals will be transferred too. So obviously it's going to take me some time to type all of this in, so I'm not going to do that. I have all my cost of goods all calculated here. So I am simply going to cut and paste them all. There they are. Cut those. I'm going to come over to here, paste them in. Values only as usual. There we go. And now they're there. So all of our cost of goods are entered. And that's it. Thank you very much. Of course, any comments as usual, please add them, post them to us. We'll be glad to look at them.